Okay, so hello everyone. I would like to welcome all of you for today's virtual conference where I will be one of the speakers alongside with other people as well. So to start the day, I'll introducing myself first. My name is Rasheesa Meidivia, but you can simply call me Raisa, and I'm from School of Business and Management, to be specific from Bandung Institute of Technology, which is located in Bandung in Indonesia. And to start the presentation, I will move on to present my content for today's presentation. So I will start with the introduction and the problem statement, and then I will also move on to the research questions, literature review, methodology and hypothesis, and data analysis, and then I will close it with conclusion and recommendation. Okay, so as we might know, nowadays everything has actually transformed into something more modern or digital. Back then, human activities were done traditionally, but now everything has been digitalized. There are numerous innovative inventions that has improved humans' life in a variety of ways, and some of the examples are the Internet of Things, big data, cloud computing, artificial intelligence, augmented reality, and etc. All of these inventions have been developed for the past few years, and nowadays we can see the implementations even in our daily lives. Many sectors are trying to use these innovations to maximize their activities, and one of them are the business sectors. Business sectors actually have a lot of like individual departments or individual sectors inside it that works together to achieve the business goals. And the existence of the innovations or this technology, it can actually helps them to run more effectively and creates new opportunities. Some departments that are affected by this are the customer service, sales and marketing, supply chain management, resources management, and etc. But for today's virtual conference, I will focus on how the technology, or to be specific, the artificial intelligence, can affect the marketing strategy in the business. Marketing itself is actually one of the business sectors that nowadays become digitalized. Everything's become a digital marketing, and digital marketing has gained popularity among the business. Like you can see it everywhere. And digital marketing itself is the practice of doing promotion for goods or services via digital, which is usually use the internet, but can also use the mobile application on the advertising and other digital media. One of the companies that started to implement artificial intelligence in their marketing strategy is Spotify. Spotify itself is a popular digital music streaming platform that allows users to access and listen a vast library of music and other audio content. It was actually launched in 2008 and has since become one of the leading platforms for music streaming, with millions of songs and from various genres and languages. After that, Spotify started to do several marketing strategy, and one of them are the Spotify Wrap, which are their annual digital marketing that debuted in 2016. Spotify Wrap actually works with the artificial intelligence, where the artificial intelligence job is to collect and deceive the customer data, and it will be proceeds to create a personalized content that sits with each customer's persona. And this is the research questions that will support my study throughout the presentations. The first one is the how does Spotify utilize AI technology in the marketing Spotify Wrap. The second one is how does Spotify Wrap impact existing users to stay engaged. And the last one is how can Spotify Wrap qualifies as an effective marketing strategy. And then I will move on to the literature review. So for the literature review part, I tried to gain some information that will support the hypothesis of the study. First of all, talking about the AI itself, artificial intelligence has been a subject and research of and development for a considerable time. The capability of the created system to think rationally and to behave like human being has become a crucial touch points to the use of AI in the daily life. As I mentioned before, nowadays many business starts to use or implement AI in their operational activities, and by implementing this artificial intelligence, it can provide companies with a competitive advantage and also sets them apart from the competitors. Recent research reveals that around 85% of the organizations believe that AI can grant or maintain a competitive advantage inside the company. Although many companies have implemented it, some companies actually perceive that AI will only give them potential risk where it can impact the individuals, the organizations, or even the society as a whole. Companies that often utilize AI technology to process their confidential data But mishandling or data breaches can lead to reputational damage and ethical concerns, particularly in countries that are with privacy protection laws. In marketing, AI can be used to help the marketing strategy works more efficiently. They can also help with STP and customer segmentation. AI could also help them by providing personalized marketing that insights customer engagement, and customer engagement itself is a crucial component of any business marketing plan. Since customer engagement can be viewed as a connection or relationship within customer and the company, and it can be done in an active or a passive way. The shift to the digital platform has transformed customer company interactions, leading to new online customers' behavior. Through various forms of online customer engagement, companies can gather data to support customer decision making process and direct insights. In the current era, companies face the challenge of efficiently processing extensive data for personalized customer experience. But now that machine learning has taken off, business can examine and comprehend huge amounts of data related to customer engagement behavior. Next to the methodology, I use the quantitative methodology where I distribute a survey to gain the primary data. This will be distributed to Indonesian Spotify users that are currently using Spotify or they use the application for a minimum 1 year. And then I will also use literature review for the secondary data. And inside the survey, there are 26 questions, and all of the data will be processed through SPSS application that will generate descriptive analysis and simple linear regression analysis. I also created two hypotheses. The first one is customer engagement is positively impacted by the utilizations of personal customer data, where the independent variable are the utilization of customer data for marketing purposes, and the dependent variable is the impact of customer engagement when a company understands what the client wants. And the second hypothesis is the impact of personalized content on customer engagement is positive, where the independent variable is personalized content and the dependent variable is the influence on customer engagement. Next, after I distributed the survey, I gained 100 respondents. And all of the respondents are Indonesian users that are currently using Spotify or they used to subscribe the application for minimum 1 year. And from the survey, I can do a mapping for the respondents' demographic. So for the first one, for the first factor is the gender. As we can see from the charts, there are 73% of female, 26% of male, and 1% of people that prefer not to say their gender. And for the age, it was dominated by people from 18 to 25 with 89%, and then also people with from 26 until 40 with 5%, people above 40 with 4%, and the most least one is people under 18 with 2%. I also asked them about their state of use of Spotify right now, and 98% of the respondents are currently using Spotify, while the 2% are not using Spotify anymore, but they used to subscribe to Spotify for minimum 1 year. And then I also asked about their awareness to the Spotify rap. So 93% actually heard about Spotify rap, and 7% never heard of it. Okay, move on to validity and reliability tests. So the basic decision making for the validity test is when the R value are more than the R table. And the study, since there were 100 respondents, then the R table is 0.195, and the validity test was done using the SPSS application. Based on the validity test indicates that both the personalized content and customer engagement variables are valid. The R values obtained for all of the items under those variables exceed the critical R value or the R table of 0.195, suggesting a statistically significant relationship within the variables being measured. And then I also did the reliability test. So this is the result for the first hypothesis and the second hypothesis. Both of them have below 0.1, and based on those results, it means that the difference between the two main groups is statistically significant, or it can be interpreted that the independent variable for each variable has a strong influence on the dependent variables for each variable. Next, move on to the regression analysis. This is the result for the first hypothesis and the second hypothesis. We will discuss about the first hypothesis first. From the model summary table, it can be seen that the R square is 0.248 or 24.8%, and this explains that the use of customer data can explain customer engagement as much as 24.8%, and the rest can be affected by other variables that are not being studied in this study. The ANAFA tables also explains that the F value of these two variables is the 32.386, which means that the regression model used can be considered statistically significant. And for the second hypothesis, from the model summary table, it can be seen that the R square is 0.406 or 40.6%, and this explains the use of presenting personalized content. The customers can explain customer engagement of as much as 40.6%, and the rest are affected by other variables that are not being studied in this research. I also included there are some graph results that are being collected through my surface before. So the first one is about the stratification towards the content inside the Spotify wrap. I asked them the favorite features among the respondents about the personalized content that were presented to them, and they were said that those personalized content are their favorite features. And referring to the literature review that has been carried out before, study shows that the personalization content carried out by the Spotify web campaign makes customers feel happier because they felt like there are a special bond between the business or the Spotify with the customer. And then I also asked them if they agree that Spotify rap become one of the reason of them using the Spotify. And based on the questionnaire, it can be seen that 69% of the respondents agree that the presence of Spotify rap makes them continue to subscribe Spotify, while the rest choose to disagree for various reasons, such as they felt that Spotify rap was not a strong reason to continue using Spotify, or they were actually dissatisfied with the Spotify rap content that were presented. Next is the hypothesis result. So as we can see, both hypotheses result are positive or accepted. This was decided based on the SPSS results that I have explained before, and also the literature review that supports theory. And for the conclusion and recommendations, there are several key points that answers the research questions. First one is Spotify implemented AI on the digital marketing to analyze data and presented it through personal content to enhancing customer decision making and strengthening the Spotify customer relationship. The second one is the existence of Spotify Rap positively impact the Indonesian customer engagement because it influenced them to engage actively and passively. Actively is they need to fill out survey feedbacks, personalized communication, social media interaction, and live chat. While passively is even when the content consumption, website browsing, email newsletters, social media presence, and etc. Spotify Rap can be also be considered as an effective marketing strategy as it succeeds in becoming a trend that many people have been waiting for every year. Besides that, it also influenced the customer to use and subscribe to the Spotify applications, which becomes one of the way to boost the sales. Recommendations for the Spotify, they should focus on better integration with the social media platforms to reach a wider audience, because when people open their Spotify app, they usually share the results on social media, which influences their friends or relatives to also open the marketing campaign. Additionally, incorporating a survey section in Spotify app can enhance customer engagement and gather valuable feedback for future development. Okay, so that's it for my presentation for today. If you have any questions, you can contact me through the email, Raysa_Rasheesa at sbm-itb.ic.id, or you can also comment under the YouTube's videos. Thank you.